What's happening, y'all? It's your man Flex back at it again with another dope podcast episode of the Flex Files. Let's get into it. Thank y'all so much for joining and tuning in to today's episode. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Thank y'all for joining. I'm glad that you like what you see to the point where you wanted to join this community as we grow together, because I just want all of us to grow together, right? Shout out to all the old recurring subscribers that have been here since day one, making this channel grow. I owe it all to y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm very blessed and humbled that you're here and you're still here, right? But let's get into it with today's topic. Real leaders don't care about what other people think about them. Real leaders don't care about what other people got to say about them. They don't care about the negative naysayers, the negative comments, trolls on the internet. They don't care about that. They have a vision. Real leaders have a vision and a purpose, and they're passionate in their purpose. They're very driven. If I'm talking to you and you're a real leader, you're a real creative, you're a real artist, right? I'm telling you to tap into your artistry and to believe in yourself. The most successful people that are leaders, they believe in themselves. They're world leaders and they believe in themselves, right? And they're willing to step out there, put their head across the ocean, whatever the term you want to use. But they're willing to take a risk and believe in themselves. And they're willing to bet it all on their vision. They don't care if people don't want to buy it. They're not sold on it. They don't care if people say, this is stupid. This don't make any sense. Why are you doing this? Right? They don't care because they are fearless. They're not fearful. They are fearless. Right? And this is going to breed haters. Right? So when you're a real leader and a visionary, you're going to have haters. But again, real leaders don't care about that because they probably dealt with that a lot. So they develop a sense of thick skin because they don't care about what other people got to say about them. They like, look, I don't care about all that shit you talking about. I don't care about all that stuff you talking about, whatever. I believe in me. I'm willing to bet on me. And that's really all that matters. And anybody else that sees my vision and is willing to bet on me, they're for me, right? Everybody else is irrelevant, right? Unless you're giving constructive criticism and whatever, right? We all should listen and strive to listen to constructive criticism, right? But what I'm mainly saying is that a lot of times people have goals and ambitions and they let the negative naysayers deter them away, hinder them from their purpose and their ambitions, and they lose sight on their objective and their vision. This happens all the time. Humans do that a lot. Humans tend to pay attention to negativity instead of paying attention to positivity, paying attention to people that are willing to invest and believe in them. Even if it's like, you got 99 people that hate on you and call you cringe, call you corny, whatever. But you got that one person that sees your vision completely and is willing to invest in your vision, invest in you. That one person matters way more than that 99. They just do. And it's hard for people to grasp that concept. It's hard for people to understand that. But when you really are willing to bet on yourself and you ain't got nothing else to go, you ain't got nothing else to turn to but you and your vision. You have nothing else to fall back on. So you ain't got no choice but to believe in you. Right? You ain't got no choice but to believe in you. But you got that other person that believes in you as well. You a powerhouse at that point. Your vision, somebody else sees your vision. At that point, this is a clear, concise example of somebody seeing your vision and they want to see it come to pass and they believe in it. That should be a sign that it's meant to be. You really only need one. And then that person's going to tell somebody else. And then that person's going to tell somebody else. That person, you know what I mean? That's how you got to think about it, right? That's how you start getting that motion. Everybody talk about Oh, he got motion, she got motion. That's what motion really mean. That's what it is. And then it start coming in forefront. And now all the negative naysayers, all of a sudden, they jump on the bandwagon. Nah. You weren't with me shooting in the gym. You won't even rock with me before. Keep the same energy. Don't be on that bullshit. Keep the same energy. I don't want to hear it. Cause I'm mad like I don't even know you for real. Oh, won't you? Oh, I'm gonna be like, oh, won't you oh girl, won't you old dude that laughed at my idea before? Like, wait a minute, hold on. Nah, it's cool. I appreciate it, but keep the same energy though. We'll keep the same shit. Like, that's just how I am for real. Because I believed in my vision. I'm a real leader, right? And I know you are too. That's why I'm talking to you like this, right? And again, real leaders, they don't care about what their haters got to say about them, because they also understand that their haters wish that they could be as bold and as fearless as you are. Haters wish that they can be as fearless and bold as you are, and that you are trying. They wish that they could try. The only way you're going to get things in this world is if you try and you put forth the effort, right? You get out what you put in. You stick your head out in the water and you go for it, no matter if you fail or not. Real haters hate on that because they ain't trying, period. They hate on that because they ain't trying. And they look at you in envy because you're doing what they're not doing. You're doing what they wish they had the guts to do, which is actually try. Right? So you got to understand that you are in a realm that they could only dream of getting to. They had goals and dreams as well, but they didn't believe in themselves like you do. And so they hate on you. And so they feel the need to say, why are you doing it? That's so corny. That's so cringe. Listen, we in a generation, the younger generation think everything corny, everything cringe, right? But the truth is, cringe is cool. It just is. What good is it if everybody the same? Everybody trying to be uncringe and be cool. What makes you stand out if you're doing all that? How are you going to actually help people? What's your vision, right? So, and then you start to realize that when you got a vision and you don't care about being cringe, it's like, whatever, who cares? Be cringe, right? You start to see the bigger picture in this world that we live in. Trying to be like everybody else and trying to fit in with everybody else really just don't matter, right? That's high school shit. That's middle school shit. That's high school stuff. Let's be for real, right? But you start to understand that the goals that you have and the vision that you've been given, it can help other people. And that's what matters the most. That's what matters the most. You can help and inspire people to do what you are doing, right? No matter whether they succeed or fail. Failure truly is when you choose not to try. Let me say that again. Failure is when you choose not to try. My apologies, y'all. My fault. My video went out. But like I said, failure is when you refuse not to try, right? And a lot of people, they're scared of failure, rejection, and just not succeeding and falling on their face, right? But like anything in life, anything worth having, you have to put the effort in to try. And it is okay to fail. It's okay. Because at that point, you don't have any regrets. Right? Because when you don't try something and you got a vision, oh, you're going to regret not trying it. Trust me. because you be like, damn, if I would have done this, I probably would have been successful. The only thing that really makes a difference between, a successful person that's, got money or a cloud, a status, or whatever like that, and a person who doesn't, but had a vision, had a goal, is that one person tried and believed in themselves, and the other one didn't. The other one decided to be imprisoned by people's negative thoughts and negative takes, or what people, the trolls or whatever, right? They decided to be imprisoned in bondage of people's negative thoughts towards them in their dreams and their goals. And they put other people's thoughts ahead of their vision. And that caused a deterrence that deterred them away from their vision and their purpose. And another person ain't give a fuck, ain't care. Another person didn't care about what people said about them. They didn't care whether people liked their stuff, like their content. If you want to be a social media content creator, I got to be honest with you. You got to have thick skin. You have to learn how to have very thick skin. If you don't have that, it ain't for you, right? Because sometimes people ask me, like, how are you grow on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, whatever. And every time I tell them, the biggest thing is you have to have thick skin. If you want to be in this game, you have to have thick skin, because this is artistry in a way. If you're an artist, or if you're creative, you are creating a business plan from scratch, a vision. You have to have very thick skin and understand that for probably a long time, you are going to be by yourself when it comes to who believes in you. Don't expect off the jump, off the rip, for people to be on your side and be praising you like they praise Beyonce. Beyonce been in this for a long time, y'all. But like I said before, do you think she care about her haters? She got some of the biggest haters. Her haters go hard. Beyonce's haters go hard. Just like LeBron James. Beyonce's haters go hard, bro. Like, I honestly feel like she ain't even human for real. And say what you want about Beyonce, but listen. People talk about her all the time. I ain't never seen her. I ain't never seen her talk back to them or address them in an interview. Even when people ask her, like, how do you deal with your haters? Like, I don't even think there's an interview question like that. And I can't even see her answering that, like, and being like, well, F them, fuck them, like, whatever. I can't even see her doing that, because this is like, I just feel like she's so unbothered with that. The greatest people, the greats, truly successful people, right? They don't care about that. You think Steve Jobs, I'm sure he cared about it. Elon, I don't want to say Elon Musk, but you think Steve Jobs cared about, and Bill Gates cared about, people's opinions? They probably did at first, maybe, but I'm pretty sure, like, at a certain point, they were like, who are they? They got a vision. They got a vision, man. Like, if you ain't rocking with it, you ain't rocking with it. It ain't for you. Keep it moving. Keep it scrolling. Like, if you trying to do social media, if you trying to do this thing called social media, you got to understand that you're going to have negative trollers. You're going to have people that talk about you. And people that don't rock with your content, you got to let it go. So I'm kind of talking to the social media people, or people that want to do content creation. Because, again, I get a lot of questions about it. And I just tell people straight up, like, you have to have thick skin to the point where you're doing this for the love of it, and you have something to say, you have something that you want to create and show and share to the world, because you tired of keeping it bottled up inside of you. You're tired of constantly just showing it to yourself, and you know that that's not enough. You know that in order for you to be a leader, you have to be bold and share it to the world. Because when you do that, this is the last point I'm gonna make, one of the last points. When you share to the world, you allow other people to have the confidence to step out and be bold in themselves and share their light to the world, right? Because that's what matters the most. That's what matters the most. Negativity, haters, they don't fucking matter, man. They just don't. At the end of the day, they really don't. Man, woman, they don't matter. And you got to be cool and understand that and be confident in yourself to live by that and to live in that truth. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to other people to inspire them, to motivate them, to create and live in that power. That's the true human experience, right? I hope this helps somebody. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Like I said, I look forward to doing more of these podcast formed videos for y'all, because we in this journey together in growth, right? In growth and understanding, because we owe it to one another to truly grow and develop as a society. Again, listen, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below if it's your first time coming across one of my videos. It's your man Flex. I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Peace.